Hey guys, welcome back. It's finally here, the mass skill rework that we have been waiting for. Although it was surprising that we actually got the fourth version of the fourth job skills, because we were only expecting the third. But oddly enough, it's actually really good. Although it's a little bit disappointing for some skills, and some people have actually had the need to find other workarounds. But nonetheless, it is a welcome change, and today we are talking about Crescive Bolt. Now, if you guys might know, Crescive Bolt is actually one of my favorite skills, if not the main skill that I have been using. So you could imagine the surprise I had when we actually got the fourth skill rebalance with this skill, and it is quite surprising compared to the results. First off, let's look at the changes that we get for the third version. So first, it reduces the ACD from half a second to 0.3. This means that your ACD reduction actually only needs to be 50% rather than the 70% that you've been running. Next, SP cost actually goes down from 100 to 65 at level 10. Doesn't really matter because, you know, we just drink syrups these days. Next, the damage actually goes up 400%. So from 3,000%, it goes up 400%. So 3,400, which not that big, but it's still a good increase in a sense. And lastly, when you reach 3 stacks for Crescive Bolt, it doesn't, it resets. So the duration of the buff will be refreshed when we're using Crescive Bolt. We're going to test that today as well to see if it actually does reset or if it still retains the damage after the third stack. Now, moving on to the fourth version of the changes, take note of the stuff that I actually talked about before that. So first, we have a skill cooldown increase from 0.15 seconds to 0.35. So that's a 0.2 second increase, which is quite alarming. I mean, we know this was going to happen, but it is going to definitely be a big factor in terms of the spammability of the skill. Again, we're going to test it today, so you know it is something that I look forward to seeing. I will do some comparisons because I actually did a video before the changes happened. Later on, you'll see video of what the changes are after the rebalance. Now, the ACD actually goes up from 0.3 seconds to 0.7 seconds. Now, this may be a negative thing, but it's still the same. It's only because it actually coincides with the cooldown. So 50% of 0.15, which was the previous cooldown, was 0.3 seconds. Now 50% of 0.35, which is the current cooldown, is 0.7 seconds. So nothing really changes. You're still only going to need 50% ACD reduction, which is great, right? Next, damage actually goes up from 3,400% to 9,400% at base level 10 for Crescive Bolt. That's a 6,000% increase overall. From before the maintenance happened, before the changes happened, we've had a significant increase of 6,400% damage for Crescive Bolt. Although there is an increase of the cooldown by 0.2 seconds, but obviously the ACD reduction also goes down, so you don't have to run the Kiel card or Steel Kiel card, whatever you had to run to get that additional 20% or whatnot, just to get the 70% ACD reduction just to make it spammable. But again, we are going to test if it is going to be spammable enough to warrant the damage. I mean, the damage is definitely going to be really good. The question is, how quick can you actually spam it, and how efficient can you actually be with Crescive Bolt? Alright, so first test, and again, this is before the skill rework. We're just going to use the regular Windhawk buffs, without any no limits or Calamity Gale, and we're doing about 675 million damage. And this is with the medium dummy. I do have the Drake effect. We are going to test the same variables with the updated skill next. Now, test number 2, and we've already gone through the fourth skill rebalance now, again with the same variables and the same buffs, again, without no limits or Calamity Gale, we're doing about 1.6 billion damage. That's actually really good, but if you notice, it's very slow. I'm not really used to it. I don't even think if you can macro this, it would actually go any faster, but that 0.35 second cooldown, you can actually really feel it. But again, you know, you're already like over 3 times the damage that you had before. I mean, you know, it's in terms of DPS, I would take that, but it just doesn't feel right just because it's not quick. Let me do a test with Tiara, see how that fares. Alright, so here we are. Obviously we're going to do all the buffs that we need with Calamity Gale this time. I think we were doing about like a little bit like 120 million per hit against Tiara with the Holy Arrow. So that was before the rebalance. Now it's definitely going to be a lot bigger in terms of damage, but let's see how slow it actually is. Yeah, I need an MVP that actually has res to test this. Okay, so 614 million after the stack, but still quite slow. I don't know, guys. I might actually quit playing Crescive Bolt after this. We'll see. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.